What is up, comic addicts and comic familia? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. And today's video has to do with 10 10 holiday key issues, and they're not in any specific order. I try to find the best sell data that I could, and here they are. Let's go. So coming in at number 10 on our holiday key list is Hellblazer number 247 from October of 2008 from DC Comics. And the significance of this issue for a key and being a holiday key issue is in order for Constantine to perform a magic ritual that will temporarily hone his abilities. John Constantine uses mortar and pestle to create a fine powder from the bones of Saint Nicholas of Myrana, the inspiration behind Santa Claus. And there's also on one of the pages, Constantine says before he snorts or uses a straw to snort the bone dust of the saint, he says, "Looks like it's gonna be a white Christmas after all." What it looks like it, buddy. And this issue last sold raw for $6 on October 17th of 2022. Now moving on to the next one, number 9. At number 9, we have Claus number 1 from November of 2015 from Boom Studios. The significance of this key is the first appearance of Claus, a version of Santa Claus. Last sold on November 27 of 2022 for $4 raw. There is no CGC on this data that I could find. So let's move on to number 8. At number 8, we have Lobo Paramilitary Christmas Special number 1. I hope I said that right. From January of 1991 from DC Comics. And the significance of this key is that it's a violent Christmas tale about the Easter Bunny hiring Lobo to kill Santa Claus. And there's also a first appearance of Dog, which is Lobo's pet bulldog. And there's also a short movie on this special from 2002 that you can probably find on YouTube, and I'll post it right here on the screen. It's trippy, I know. I didn't know until I googled this shit. But anyways, last sold on November 28th of 2022 for $6 raw. I could not find any CGC sell data on this. So let's move on to number 7. At number 7, we have Powerman and Iron Fist from December of 2016 from Marvel Comics. Is it key because Luke Cage and Danny Rand team up with Santa Claus to fight Krampus. That sounds pretty cool to me. And last sold, well, there wasn't any last sold. But the fair market value for this book is $5. So if you guys see it out there, grab it. Santa Claus against Krampus. Let's go. Moving on. Now at number 6, we have Hellboy Krampus Natch number 1. I hope I said that right. From December of 2017. Publisher is Dark Horse. And the significance of this book is it's also a 2018 Eisner Award winner for Best Single Issue One Shot. Main story features Hellboy versus Krampus, and there's 3 pinups of Hellboy's Christmas memories. And I couldn't find any sell data on this. If anything, I found sell data on the variants, but we're not doing variants today. But the fair market value is $5. Let's keep the ball rolling. Coming in at number 5, we have Sabrina's Holiday Spectacular number 2 from November of 1994. Publisher is Archie Comics. Last sold on October 31st of 2022 for $10 raw. The significance of this book of being a key is that it's an anthology of Christmas story featuring Sabrina Spellman. Now moving on to number 4. Number 4, The Witching Hour number 28.
of February 1973 from DC Comics. And the significance of this key is just that it's a cover art done by Nick Cardy to the main story titled Never Kill a Santa Claus. Last sold on November 22nd of 2022 for $50 raw. Moving on to number 3. Number 3, we have Nightmare Before Christmas Zero's Journey number 1. From April of 2018. Publisher is Tokyo Pop. And the significance to this book is just that it's a premiere issue of the first Nightmare Before Christmas original comic book series. And there are 20 issues in this title. And last sold raw on November 30th of 2022 for $15. Moving on to number 2. Coming in at number 2, we have 4-Color, number 61, from December of 1944, publishers Dell. The significance of this book being key, it's the origin of Santa Claus in the story titled How Santa Got His Red Suit. And there are no sales data on this book, but the fair market value is $50. Now moving on to number 1. At number 1, we have Famous Funnies number 5 from December of 1934.
Publisher is Eastern Comics, and the significance of this book being the key issue is that it's the first appearance of Santa Claus on a standard comic book. Also, first Christmas story in a standard comic book, a reprinted story called Fanny Takes Advantage of Santa Claus from the comic strip Simp Odile. And there is no sale data on this book, but the fair market value of this book is $7,000 on a high grade book. And that will be the last book for this holiday comic book key issues. If you guys liked what you have seen today, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hit the notification bell on your way out. And stay tuned for the second part.